If you don't learn today, you will reject tomorrow. But if you start today, your victor will thank you. Today, I am going to share a powerful and educational story that can change the way you think about learning, absolutely learning English. There was a boy named Rehan. He lived in a small village where opportunities were very limited. Rahim was a brilliant student, but he had one big weakness. He was afraid of learning English. Every time his teaching asked him to read to speak in English, his heart started beating fast, and he felt embarrassed. One day his teacher told him, Rahim, English is not just a subject, it is a key to the world. But Rahim ignored it. Tears word. He told, I don't need English. I will be fine without it. Year passed. Rahim grew up and started looking for a job. He went to many interviews, but everywhere he faced the same problem. When the interview asked question in English, Rahim could not answer properly. He cannot the answer, but he could expose them. Slowly he started losing confidence. One day after a very important interview, Rahim sat alone and realized something painful. It was not his intelligence that failed him. It was his fear. That night Rahim made a strong decision. He said to himself, I will not let fear control my victor anymore. From the next day, he started learning English step by step. He watched video, read simply book, practiced speaking in front of a mirror, and even talking to himself in English. At first, he made many mistakes. People lunged at him, but Rahim didn't stop. They turned into months and months into a year. Slowly his fear dissipated and his confidence grew strong. One day Rahim went to another interview. This time when the interview spoke in English, Rahim simpered and answered confidently. His words were not product, but they were clear and strong. At the end of the interview said, Your English is improving, but your confidence in experienced. You are here. Rahim could believe it. Tears of joy come into his eyes. His finally understood the true meaning of learning. It's not about being product. It's about never give up. After getting the job, Rahim felt like he had finally activated his dream. His confidence was growing and his life was slowly changing. But deep inside there was still something missing. He knew his English was not strong as it. One day his company announced is a a big apparently a forest cleanse was coming and the manager said when Uber can confidence well in English will lead their product. Rahim heart started beating fast again. There was his change a life changing apparently, but at the same time his old fear started whispering in his mind. What if you feel again? The night Rahim could sleep. He remembered his pace strong, his victors, and the month he decided to change his life. Then he stood in fear of the mirror and sighed, I don't come there fear to lose again. From that day Rahim posed himself harder than ever before. He didn't just practice besides English anymore. He started learning advanced word improving his pronunciation and lost turning to native speaker every day. He recorded his voice corrected his mistake and producted speaking clearly and confidently. Something he feared treat, something he feared like giving up. But he remembered on trees. Success come to tree who keep going. Finally, to big day arrived, the frisked, clean witnessed into the office. Everyone was neighbors. The manager looked around and sighed. Rahim, you will handle this meaning for a month everything was silent. Rahim took a deep breath and walked forward. The conversation started at first. His voice was a little scared, but he would stop. He spoke slowly, clearly, and with confidence. As the meaning continued, something amazing happened. Rahim was no longer afraid. He started exporting his idea, answering questions, and even making the clean someone with a confidence. At the end of the meaning, the client said, "Your English is not product, but your confidence is powerful. You did a great job." The moment changed everything. Rahim realized that English is not about product, grammar, it is about connection, confidence, and change. He walked out of the room with a small, not because he was product, but because he had before flourished after the successful meeting. Rahim became well known is his office. His confidence, communication, and change made his different from other. People started respecting him, and his journey inspired many. But life, you trusting you when you lost export it. One day the company announced something hog. They were selecting on employee to represent the company at in international confidence. The event would include people from different continents and everything will be in English. Rahim name was on the list. At first he felt exported, but then really him hard. There was not a small meeting anymore. This was a global stage. The night Rahim said quality and trust. I am really ready for this. The fear come back again, strong then even, but this time something was different. Rahim didn't run away from his fear. He faced it. He remembered his journey from a sordid boy in a village to a confident speaker in an office. He concealed his every and sighed, "Fear is my past, confidence is my victor." From that moment, Rahim struggled for earning life never before. He practiced public speaking every day. He learned how to present ideas clearly. He mastered international speakers and improved his body language. He even practiced speaking and from of his friend and clothes, something he victor, something he forged toward. But he kept going, because now he understood on Christ. Grow come from discomfort. Finally, the big day arrived. Rahim stood on an international stage in front of hundreds of people listening. We are on him. Camera, we are watching. His heart was beating fast. For a few seconds everything felt silent. Then he took a deep breath and started. His voice was strong. His words were clear. He spoke with passion, confidence, and honestly. He didn't try to be product. He tried to be real, and that made all the difference. When he finished, the entire hall was silent for a moment. Then suddenly a long round of applause finally the room. Rahim smiled, his easy wear full of emotion. At that moment he realized he did just learn English. He transformed his life. After the international confidence, Rahim's life completely changed. He was no longer just an influence, become an inspiration. People started following him, listening to him and learning from his January. He received better opportunities, hunger, patience and respect from everywhere. But one day Rahim made a surprising decision. He decided to go back to his village. Yes, the same village where everything started. People were confused. Why would someone leave success and go back? But Rahim had a different vision. When he recited his village, he saw something that touched his heart deeply. Young students were still a victor of English, just like he once was. They avoided smoking. They felt safe. They believed English is too hard for US. Rahim Smollett became his save his best in them. The next day he got haunted ill. The student and stood in front of them. He looked into their eyes and said, I was just like you. Scored confidence and floor of Dobit. The students were surprised. They could believe that their confidence man was once like them. Rahim started teaching them in a simply a friendly way. He didn't fix off grammar fast. He forced on confidence. He told them don't be afraid of mistake. Mistake are proof. Then you are trying. Day by day the student started changing. They began speaking a small sentence. They started smiling we are learning. Their fear slowly dissipated. One day a little boy stood up and said in English, Sir, I am not afraid anymore. Rahim is filled with tears. That moment meant more than a job, anymore or any success. Because Rahim realized their success is not when you activate for yourself, but what you give to other. He did just learn English. He created a generation that was no longer afraid to speak. Your patient Rahim continued teaching in his village. What started as a small effort slowly turned into something extraordinary. His small class became bigger, and his students became more confident day by day. Some of them got jobs, some went abroad, some became teachers just like him. Rahim never stopped. He believed in on simply mission. No one should feel afraid of learning English again. One day Rahim received a special intervention. It was for a national education event in the city. He was invited as a guest speaker. Rahim smiled, remembering his past. The boy who was once afraid to say even a single sentence in English, now invited to speak in front of constant. On the day of the event, Rahim stood on the stage again, but this time something felt different as he looked into the crowd. He saw flamer faced. He stood not just one or two. Hundreds of them were stationary. Some were smaller, some were emotional, and some hurt in their easy. Suddenly one of his old students stood up and said loudly, Sir, because of you, we are not afraid anymore. The old herd became silent. The one by one many voices journeyed. You changed our liberty. You give us confidence. You taught us how to speak and how to believe it. Rahim could hold his tears anymore. At that moment, he realized something powerful. His January was never just about learning English. It was about changing limit, wording, confidence, and creating change in others. He looked at deep breast and started started his spoke. I was unafraid just like you, but today I stand there to tell you, fear is not your limit, it is your beginning. The audience stood up and gave him stern ovation. Afraid that emotional day, Rahim's story spread fear. Before his village and city, people from different places started talking about him. A man who unfiltered English, now giving choice to translate. But Rahim didn't stop on night. He sat alone and thought deeply. When if I could reach not just hundreds but millions? That own thoughts changed everything the next day. Rahim made a bold decision. He started creating online video to teach English. At first it was not easy. He did know how to record properly. He made mistake while speaking, something he forged old in the middle of recording, but he remembered it his own lesson. Mistakes are not fluid, they are part of learning. So he continued day by day. He approached simply English lesson, how to speak business sentence, how to remove fear, how to build confidence. At first only a few people watch it. Then slowly hundreds, the thousand, and on day million people of difference continue started following him. Comments come like, because of you I started speaking English. You give me confidence. You changed my life. Rahim looked at the scan with tears in his eyes. He remembered the boy who once called Ibn Sew and how his voice was resounding the world. One day a message came from a young girl. She wrote, Sir, I was afraid to speak English. Everyone language at me. But after watching your video, I spoke in class today. I don't feel afraid anymore. Rahim closed his eyes and smiled because now he thoroughly understood his voice was not just teaching English, it was building choice in heart. If you ignore English today, you may resent in forever. I learned English motivation story. What if your biggest fear is society destroying your victor? The powerful and emotional story slow has one simply decision. Learning English can compartment transformation your life from fear and victor to confidence and success. Then journey will inspire you to start speaking English today. No matter how different it feels. In here video, you will learn how fear can stop you growing. Your English is important for success. How to build confidence step by step. Real motivation to start learning English. That is not just a story. There is a wake up call. If you are afraid of English, remember the only chance standing between you and success in your fear. Thanks for watching and please like, comment, share and subscribe.